Hello everyone and welcome now to game 2 in this series between STC and Stefano. Alright, let's take a look down over here. Stefano has spawned. Let's go ahead and fix those colors for you guys. I'll say e.g. Stefano has spawned as the red player. Alright, and Quantic STC as the blue player. There you go. Crazy updates. Yes, technology at its best. Hey, don't diss it. I wrote it. As we're gonna see, pretty much pretty much interested to see what's gonna happen in this particular series now. Stefano took game 1 with the very impressive Infestor Broodlord play in the very beginning of the game, or at the very end of the game. At the very end of the game. Pretty much at the very beginning of the last battle, which was the only major battle, as both players were trying to flank and getting into proper position. Just like in war or any sort of engagement, both players wanted to make sure that they were in what they felt was a very favorable position. Now, what we're going to be seeing from State or STC this time is that he's actually going for an unconventional proxy 2 racks. This is to really place down much more pressure, and I am a bit surprised that this is not actually being scouted out by Stefano. Stefano normally would know where to send these overlords, and these overlords with their faster movement speed to deal a bit of damage. This overlord is going to come across here in just a moment, scout out here, and when it doesn't see a command center here, it may suspect that something is up. Now, there is already one overlord in the air hovering right there. We'll see if anything will come of that. Also, this SCV taking a very roundabout way to get inside the base, as we now see double Marines coming off of 2 barracks. This overlord still flying and making its way in. SCV now doing a bit of scouting, and I like the move here, making it look like this is just your standard scout. This SCV is not trying to build a bunker. No, it would never try to do that. That's what this SCV is for, as we are now going into our 2nd and 3rd Marine. Okay, we could be seeing that double bunker here in just a second. Where is that bunker? There we go. As we could see another bunker being placed down here as well. Drones now coming off the mineral line. Spine crawlers being added. And Stefano should be able to hold this with very little effort. However, every minute that these drones are off the mineral line is essentially 40 minerals lost, as SCVs are currently attacking. Marines are now trying to back away. A little bit of stutter step dancing there as the units are now coming back around. Spine crawler about to be completed. Is this one bunker gonna get taken down? I do believe so. All the drones are pretty much surrounding it and unable to salvage at all, as that bunker gets taken down rather quickly. Spine crawler is already up, and now Stefano with a beautiful hold looks to see what he can do next. Harvester count is 16 to 12 though. Marines now trying to get off some easy shots here. The Queen, however, with very fast movement speed on creep, will be able to push back those Marines. The Queen also with even range as a Marine. We are now seeing the barracks flying back over here. We may see them land down here on the low ground. That is what I would normally suspect, as you really want to make sure that these Zerglings aren't able to run by. A 3 barracks wall with a whole bunch of Marines behind them will be able to hold much of that damage, as the Zerglings still without metabolic boost will not be able to really make their way in. 1 barracks now landing. It looks as though, nope, they are going to be lifting off and landing again, creating that double wall and making it rather difficult for those units to really slip by. We are going into a 3rd command center, as STC realizes his harassment was pretty much a bust, and now time to move on to plan B. Stefano interesting in his strategy, as he's now transitioning into a roach warren, and perhaps he's looking to do a bit of a 2-base timing. Roaches can be effective here, especially especially in a location like this where the roaches with a range of 4 can attack these buildings without Marines being able to attack from the other side. If the Marines from the other side can't attack, or if the roaches, if the Marines can't attack, the roaches can pretty much whittle away at this front door, and then STC would be caught in an awkward position of either lifting up his barracks to save it, and then allowing those roaches to come in, or just watching those barracks burn down. Now, what are State's options at this, or STC's options at this point? He's been pretty much confined to playing a much more macro-centric game. If you take the Harvester count, the Harvester is fairly even. Creep Tumor looks like it will get cancelled there, as a drone may try and slip by. I don't believe it will be able to grow up and be a hatchery, and this is a bit of a problem now. A Queen of Stefano now making its way in. STC, is it going to back away? No, it is not, as a Queen now may get caught on creep, and yes, it is going to get caught on creep. There is that one creep tumor going to get taken down. Why not attack it? There it goes. It does get taken down, as this hatchery is not being added. Now here we go. There are those roaches that I was talking about earlier. The tech lab is gone. No more research, and Stefano can't really do much here. Marines are trying to fight back. There is one marauder, and oh, the Zerglings and the roaches are now swarming their way in, opening up the doors and allowing the floodgate of units to make their way inside. All right, SCVs. But now those roaches pretty much have nowhere to run. It looks like all of those roaches are going to be caught on the wrong side of the wall. But a lot of SCVs have been lost, as those roaches, are they going to be able to make it inside the base? I'm not 100% sure. Going after the mules. Another mule gets taken down. And now with the siege tank to clean up the rest, Stefano is going to be forced to do a little bit more scouting, but not before another shot and kill there. So 2 mules lost. Beautifully done. It is now 50 drones compared to 29 SCVs. Not good at all. And now, is that Overlord going to be able to slip away? Yes, it will once more. .64 supply compared to 65. We are pretty even in the state of the game. STC may be able to lift off and land and try to establish up this third base before Stefano does. And if he's able to establish up a third base before his opponent, that could be a sign of good things to come, as STC doesn't have really many options for dealing with Stefano's army straight up. Marines now trying to take down a hatchery. Is it going to be enough? There's the attack. They are all backing into a corner. A couple Marines are being exposed at the very, very front. And there you have it. All the Zerglings are going to get taken down. A Queen trying to get in some extra shots, as Hellions now going to be testing the waters. The Hellions do have blue flame Hellion tech. And with that, all those drones are going to have a very bad day. Oh, a whole bunch of drones absolutely getting torched here. So much damage being had. So much damage being had there, as we are now up to 12 worker kills. Harvester count is now 46 to 43, as more drones still getting taken down. Zerglings still without metabolic boost pretty much. Nope, there we go. Able to finally catch up to some of these Hellions, but the damage has been dealt. The Hellions are not going to be able to return back home, but the Harvester count much more even than it was, say, 2 minutes ago. We now see STC going into a very, very heavy mech strategy. 5 barracks, 2 with reactors, in order to train up Hellions and siege tanks. It looks as though these Hellions are ready to go on a suicide mission. And a suicide mission it is, as they are going up against a whole bunch of roaches, which they have no real reason or rhyme or reason to fight up against. Roaches dealing additional damage to those Hellions. Blue flame Hellion tech not dealing additional damage back to those roaches. So far, STC has just been trying to poke around and hasn't really been able to do very much of anything. We are seeing at 93 over 96 supply for Stefano. STC sitting at 85 over 92 as siege tanks are now making their way down to the low ground. Stefano now looking to establish this as his fourth base. A curious reaction here. We'll see whether or not STC does try to expand right into this location so that he's expanding into his opponent and then being able to deal a bit more damage. You can see drones are going to get roasted there. There's 2 drones. Another drone may get taken down. Nope, it does not. The roach is able to focus fire and finish them off as more roaches are here to meet and greet the Hellion here at the choke point. Adding in more and more factories, STC looks to just bolster up his entire mech army there. Hellion's looking to perhaps do a bit of a drive-by. Will they be able to do exactly that? There are some drones off here. They could get picked off. Roaches are getting in position. And still, this one overlord from Stefano still providing invaluable information on when units will be moving out. Roaches quickly catch and shut down all of this Hellion harassment with the help of one infestor of fungal growth, as we now see more and more Hellions make their way out. Stefano has done that double expand to establish up his 4th and 5th base at the same time. Main base yet to be mined out though, due to the fact that there was a lot of worker kills earlier on. You can see 17 versus 12. STC getting 17 worker kills, and we'll see what will be happening next, as this is a whole bunch of siege tanks ready to lay waste and destroy everything in its path. And what will it have to shoot? Ultralisk. Here we go. There's some infested Terrans. More and more infested Terrans coming in. Zerg is now trying to get in a good surround here. And this does look bad. SCVs are trying to repair overtime. Ultralisk just chomping at the bit. Able to finish off most, if not all, of these aggressors. And now here you have it. Stefano easily handling STC. Perhaps his second loss, unless STC can make some real magic happen with the Terran army. Hellion's coming back around the corner. Where are they going to be going next? It looks like they're going to be surrounding this base here. SCVs are unable to repair. There you go. Finally able to repair. Unable to keep it up, though, as the Thor's siege tanks now blasting and trying to shut it down. The Hellions could have really helped out on the fight. More of a splash damage melee unit to torch many of those units there. Hellion's now trying to make a move in. Is it going to be enough? Ultralisk do move relatively quickly. And now here is the chase once again. 2-2 Hellions dealing in so much damage against the drones. Now coming back over, STC looking to perhaps stop any more harassment altogether. Another Hellion sacrifice. Quickly gets thwarted. Alright, Hellions now continuing to fight it up here. Are we perhaps going to see some more and more units fall? Zerglings are getting torched. There goes some Hellions, as the Ultralisk are now going to be making a push over here at this planetary fortress. Coming back around, STC looking to find an opening. Will he find an opening? Yes, does capture a couple of drones out of position. They will all get torched. Is the other main base completely wide open? No, there are spine crawlers and Zerglings and Ultralisk there. That could be a very bad day for those Hellion drivers. They're trying to get away. And will they be able to do so? Taking down a couple more Zerglings with them. And is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Oh, there goes another one there. Alright, the Hellions now making their way inside the base. Gonna torch off some more of these drones here. And this is gonna cause some problems. More and more workers getting killed. Stefano definitely needs all the gas that he can get at this stage, as all of these drones will end up staying alive with the help of those Ultralisks. Stefano with now fully upgraded Ultralisk, opting to now go into double Spire and greater Spire for perhaps upgrades on Broodlords and Corruptors. At this stage, Stefano can pretty much do whatever he wants in the game. He has the majority army. Actually, no, he does not have the majority army. He's actually a little bit behind by about 1,000 resources. Let's take a look at the army compositions. 152 versus 193. Stefano is still a bit behind, but it really feels like he's had much of the control in the game. Now, STC is going to be moving out with a whole bunch of siege tanks. SCVs are on auto repair. And without any Broodlords to counter all of these siege tanks, I don't know how this next engagement will go. Alright, Ultralisk getting destroyed in a matter of seconds now, all by all of these siege tanks. SCVs are also repairing themselves, as we are going to see perhaps the final clash. Broodlords, Queens, Infestors, and you still have a great engagement here. Stefano just trying to move out with these units. It doesn't look like it's going to work. STC with a great repair job on all of these siege tanks. You like to believe that one's Broodlord could make a difference, and it is making a difference now. In fact, 3 of them are making a very large difference, as the Thor is unable to shoot down all of these units quickly enough. Alright, here we have it. Broodlords are still continuing to engage. Siege tanks now just blasting away at anything that hits the ground in a second or a moment's notice. Thor going after and able to take down one. Alright, and at this stage in the game, I think I am going to be ready to call it. I believe STC is going to end up taking this game now. Stefano, just too much of a hole to climb out from. Queens are there to battle it up, but with more Thors and then some siege tanks to add in some splash damage, the damage is going to be too much here. We do also have Corruption. One Colossus does get taken down, as a siege tank now there to replace it, there to take its place. We're seeing that 163 versus 76 supply now. Just Thor is walking around over here, and there is the well played by Stefano, moving on to a game 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.